So yeah, this is ended up being like the second part of the video. Don't know if I'll be able to get these two together. Maybe I'll just put them right next to each other, and then if anybody wants to, they can pick up from there. As I basically walk around a farmer's field talking into this thing. So yeah, it will be Lord of One. That was a big influence as well. That was another mind-bending kind of stuff. What else did I look at back then? There's going to be other stuff. A bit later on I got into the whole outer body stuff and followed Bob Monroe's Journeys Out of the Body. I'm forgetting the name of the other books now, but leading up to the Ultimate Journey, which again, all amazing, mind-blowing, metaphysical stuff, but also just kind of connected with it. So then, yeah, followed stuff like that on YouTube and tried different methods. I've even been and went on the Gateway course at the Monroe Institute. How long ago was that? I should guess now. I'm not very good with dates and numbers and things like that, names. It must have been 3-4 years ago now. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. Done a few things with that. Got out of body a couple of times. Bloody hard work, but amazing. And once you've done it, then you know that you're more than your physical body, as Bob Monroe would say. I also read William Billman's books. A lot of all this stuff I've got on Audible, so I'd highly recommend that. And I'm also a bit of an insomniac, so I just kind of pick these books up from the Audible and play them over and over again, which I really enjoy, but I think I do need some new stuff, new material. So what else might start my... I went through the pandemic and just found that I was spending more and more time on my own. My wife was doing her own thing. She had the car. I just walked everywhere. I must have walked bloody miles when I could get out. Oh yeah, and then the other sort of thing was in 2019, must have been around September, I think, before I changed, or September, October time. I went to see my cousin in New York because I'd left one job and I was going to a new one, so I had a few weeks off, and he lives over there. I got interested in street photography, obviously going to New York and all this, just something I picked up. And so, because I was looking at what they call POVs, or point of view, kind of like walking around the streets of New York, getting to see which areas I liked, and then learn about New York street photography, which is a big thing over there. So that became an influence as well, and there's a strange sort of marry-up really for spiritual awakening, which I don't think I'd ever realised could happen. But once we got deep into, we got into the lockdowns and things like that, again, I'm not very good with years, dates and stuff, but whatever year it was, must be 2021 or something, when the lockdowns eased up. Excuse me, might sneeze. There you go. So I got interested in that. I got a camera. I was doing quite a lot of photography and stuff to sort of bypass, kill the time during the pandemic anyway, going out around our little local town, I suppose, and just taking photos of random stuff and things, and obviously craving to do a bit of street photography, which I found really different. I couldn't do. It was really frustrating. So when the easements, when the lockdown was eased, stuff, I found a really cheap bus company called the Flix bus, which I could get to London from Bristol, near where I live. It was like £3. It was like ridiculous. It's like £3 each way. So I'd spent a number of weekends doing that, just going down there, getting to London, immerse myself back in humanity, because I was just craving, like us all, craving connection. Even though I was an introvert, which I was still, even though I had that kind of solar plexus kind of experience. But looking back at it now, I can see it all kind of, it was like steps and leading up to basically changing my character and becoming so much, more confident and kind of outgoing in a way, to the point now, which I'm leading up to talking about street photography, loving humanity and people. That was the key point. That's why I'm going on about street photography in a kind of like a spiritual context, which is bizarre, I know. But anyway, so once I'll be walking around London, I'll be taking photos of street scenes and people. Yeah, and because it was the whole easement of lockdown, I really just felt like I formed a bond with humanity, not necessarily individuals, but I suppose at the time we were all so glad to be able to actually be with other human beings in a free setting, even though it was restricted, that it was just like, it felt such a blessing. But yeah, that's how I kind of fell in love with people, with humanity. And I know it sounds really cheesy and odd, but to this day I still feel the same. I mean, yes, some people drive me nuts like anybody does, but again, very much a stepping stone to, year now, in the eternal now, as you may know about that. But that's another story. Yeah, and here we are, loving life, loving people, believing in humanity, where we're going in our next step of evolution. Evolution of the being. I was going to say soul, but we've always had souls, but this is about being. It's about awareness, about consciousness, seeing, not seeing, but experiencing life in a much more holistic and truthful way, about seeing through the illusions that we've been led, potentially life after life, for over the last, 10,000 years, as some people are saying, to now live a different way. All the things we don't need, but we all want them. Cars, houses, money. Nobody's happy, are they? And the more that we've got, the more that we want. And the more that everybody's got, or some people have, the less others have and they can't have. And it just perpetuates and goes on and on and on. It's a pyramid scheme, the way things are with money and things like that. It just works that the people that have it, it only works, they're only empowered and have it because the majority in decreasing scale don't. That's how it works. That's what the principle on it. And so it's just a big fight, metaphorically, climbing up over the body, so to speak, of everybody else, just to get to a higher place. Doggy dog, fuck you, I'm okay, we'll all do it, we're all chained to that. But that's the thing that I feel like we're growing away from, growing out of, evolving out of, into a much more wholesome way of being. And that's why I'm saying it's an evolution of consciousness and being. Anyway, so I think I'm going to stop there as my first set of videos, and let's stick it up. And I've got a feeling and calling to do it. I've been writing blogs. I've got my own Facebook channel, which it's not doing very well at the moment, but that's another thing. Cool. Nice to meet you all, and hope you do another one soon. Bye.